My name is Pius Kassim, the Community Relations Manager, based Titanium. And based Titanium is a company doing mining in Kwale County. That is in Sambodi sub-county. And it happens that where this mining is taking place, that is where I was born and brought up. Yeah. So nafanya kazi nyumbani. I was asked to walk you through the process of establishing CDSCs, these Community Development Agreement Committees, of which we have 3 of them, started by Base Titanium, and that is Likoni, Sabweni, where we are, and Lunga. But I decided to go further down the road, Memorial, to the liaison and community engagement, which we've been running from the time we saw the first explorers in Guloko and Maunga. And that is back in 1998. This project, before Base Titanium took over, it was owned by Jamii in Kenya. And even up to this moment, some people call it Project Jamii. Jamii, Kenya, was owned by a Canadian firm, while Base Titanium is only owned by an Australian firm, Base Resources. And up to 2010, when Jamii sold the project to Base Resources, we were not able to start the operations because of challenges of here and there, especially community challenges. But from 2010, when Base Titanium or Base Resources took over, construction was started like immediately. And this lasted up to the last quarter of 2013, when we saw the first shipment of the mineral to China. We even celebrate the first ship. So one thing I can advise the meeting here is that it is not easy to start a mine. If you go and see a mine operating somewhere, look at the years spent for that mine to be as you find it or in operation. So we've had an elaborate engagement program whereby we do a lot of meetings, and in our engagement we formed 4 main liaison committees. That is before the CDSCs. We had Likoni because of the jetty, that is Likoni Liaison Committee. We had Matuka because of the road corridor, which is not currently covered in the CDSCs. And we had Sabweni and also Lunga. Why did we form these main liaison committees? They were supposed to act as the interface between the our operations and the community. Mambo ya mining ni mingi, and without such like organ, utakuwa unapigana vita kila mara peke yako. Now these liaison committees, beneath them we have the subcommittees, which are actually targeted to address issues from a specific area. Like in Maunga or in and around the mine site, we have communities. We have like 11 villages around us. So these villages form also committees, we call them subcommittees. So currently in total we have 3 main liaison committees that is Likoni, Sambweni, and Matuga. And beneath them, we have 11 subcommittees, and especially around the mine site, because if there are issues pertaining to dust and other issues, then these committees will actually address those issues and also relay the information to base titanium and also the government. I don't know why what has happened? Okay. Good. The composition of these liaison committees are made of the national government reps, county government, NGOs, community leaders, youth, women, PWBs, and also religious leaders. So in one set of liaison committee, we can find membership to a tune of between 15 and 20. So it's a big committee. And at the same time, we have the authority or the permission to co-opt. And these were actually, this approach was borrowed on the advice from an interministerial committee, which was formed back in 2003. The terms of reference or the terms of engagement, they act as the interface between the mining operations and the community. And we've actually seen a lot of issues being handled by these committees before they reach to a level whereby maybe people can actually go to the courts or to the DCC and the like. At the same time, it is based on these liaison committees that eventually the government decided to borrow what we were doing in order to form the CDSs. We hosted the Senate here so as to learn how we've actually been engaging with communities and how our community programs and projects are actually done. Because it is through these liaison committees we were able to do all the projects which I'll actually be showing you shortly. And through that, they came down here and learned, and they told us we are just going to change here and there and then come up with these CDSs. So to us, as basic Titanium, we don't actually see CDSE as a different continuity of what was there. Because with liaison committees, we had the CDMP, this Community Development Management Plan, which gave birth to the CDS, Community Development Schedule, which will actually be replicated, the CDSs, but who are walk through that. Right now, the current CDSE, they are collecting public information or views in which will actually inform into the projects ambazo wataenda kufanya. So to us, we've actually been living these CDSEs life without calling it your CDSE. The other thing is also the liaison committees zinatusaidia kwa mambo ya relocation in case of kuna pahali ambapo watu wanahitajika kuhamishwa. Then when CDSE came in, hii ilikuja na sheria ya Mining Act 2016 ambapo regulations ziliweza kupatikana 2017. Now the key membership is just like the liaison committees, national government, county government, leaders, these are the elected leaders, youth, women, PWDs, village elders. We don't see the difference between the composition of the CDSEs and the liaison committees. Nakuta iko sawa sawa, ni zinafanana. So what we did is we wrote letters to 10 chiefs or 10 locations, all the way from Likoni to Longalonga. Waambia kwamba we want to establish CDSEs. We had challenges because this was a new approach. First, the liaison committees walianza kuuliza sisi na tuko and we've been servicing you guys, why now go this other road ya CBSE? Told them, okay, look, we have the new law and we have to comply with it. Sasa ni mpaka to form the CBSE. So we had that challenge ya watu kutoelewa where the CBSE is coming from. So we did these letters to the chiefs. Now we called also the chiefs to come and discuss about maybe any other area ambao tumeacha nje. And the chiefs assisted us a lot. So some of the areas when we are like not thinking this area should actually be included, they were able to tell us include this area. And out of that, then we were able now to start the process of electing or bringing the community members to come and elect their reps. And as usual, politics brought in. So because of Likoni and Kwale, we had to do these meetings in the two counties. And the sub-count, the DCCs and the sub-count admins of the respective areas, they assisted us a lot in coming up with the selection and election of these people. So in October 2018, we held an induction of all these members at Jacaranda. And that one leaders from Kwale and Mombasa County attended, whereby the ministry officials, and I think Ofula is around, took through the membership on this 2016 Mining Act and also the regulations. And people agreed we should actually go forward and or rather start these CDSs. At the same time, while they did the same, in the same month, and on 26th November, the County Commissioner was able to bring us the final list after a lot of teething problems, because after election, people were saying, huyu anatoka sijui sehemu gani, these other members should not actually be a member of CDSE. Kulikuwa na politics. Then eventually we were brought the list. That is 2018. Then 19th of November 2018, Mombasa County Commissioner akaleta pia the final list to base China. Gazettement. The three CDSEs were gazetted on February 2020 last year. Now, ukiangalia hapo mtaweza kuona the gazette notices of the three CDSEs. Then a little politics zika in, but eventually because they were gazetted, tukaona ni tuanze. 2020, as we were just beginning, hapo mwezi wa pili watatu corona ikaleta shida. So we were asked by the government to stop the process because of corona. In 2021, mwaka huu, January, after like staying like a year, we decided now it is like corona will be with us for quite some time. So we would rather start these CDSEs. But just something to note, in between the time we called this meeting in January and that time when corona stopped us, it didn't actually mean that all the projects, community projects stopped. No, we carried on with our team, the community team. All the projects which were discussed and agreed within the liaison committees were actually carried on in different areas. So, January, we called a meeting, Leopard Beach Hotel, and the 3 CDSCs, plus the national government through the ministry, the provincial administration, county government, and wale wengine, we were able to agree to answer the CDSCs this January about the future. Then the membership, by then they had no office. They were all just members, and they were supposed now to come up with the office. Mambo kama hiyo, the issue politics, internal politics zikaingia. So eventually we were able to get the office bearers. Na uzuri ndio hawa walio hapa. Bwana Wakilesho, Bakari Wakilesho is the CDSC chairman Lunga Lunga. Dada Mwanamanga, you are the secretary. I know the chairman. The chairman. Ni pole, mlisema wanawake ndio na kazi nyingi, lakini ikija kwa vyeo mnaachia wanaume. Walimpigia water goods na alikuwa propose. Nasema wewe propose na ulazimishwa. Wewe ulikuwa propose na mwanamke kwa tuma. The Msabuni chairman ndiye ambaye alikuwa propose na nani? Huko bingwa. So eventually we got the office. Wakachaguana. Halafu ukaingia sasa that 1%. I tell you, I liked the way you put about this issue of local, when we were discussing about the content thing. I tell you, in this country, if we are not able to share a resource at the national level, even at family level, we won't be able to share. Hiyo siasa kunaitoa kule juu, tunaileta kwa county, utasikia sub-county ya Msabweni ndio. If you were here, these guys were fighting. That ambaye kwa mwisho ndiye alikuwa na pull the temperatures. Huyu ndio mwisho. And yet, Madini amekuwa na Mungu. So that issue of local cropped up, and we had to waste a day. Msabweni wanasema ng'ombe iko kwetu, ndovu imeanguka kwetu, hao wengine ni tuwape marono. Wewe unajua marono? While Likoni, we are saying mchimbe na yakae huko kwenu, yasipitie hapo, yasipitie huko, yes, kama zilivyo mruke. Then Lunga, sisi tulihamishwa huko, manake I was also relocated. Tulihamishwa Lunga. Nasema sasa hamwezi kutuletea shida huko, tutarudisha watu wetu. So everyone felt I'm the important one. Na bila give and take, kupisha mwenzako. For sure, my experience has shown me huwa tunapoteza pahali pakubwa sana. So that issue ambayo nileta ni ya kweli kabisa. But we should not know when and how to share a resource produced about it. So one day was wasted, but eventually wakaja wakakubali kwamba Likoni to get 21.75% of the 1%. Likewise Lunga. And then Msambweni pahali ambapo ndovu ameanguka 56.5. waligawana hivyo na wakakubali. Then from there ikawa sasa the committee should actually go to the public, iende ika collect information about what are these projects ambazo this money is supposed to be spent on. As usual, Likoni wakabehave vizuri sana na Bogaruka. Mikutano vizuri, systematic, sawa kabisa. But hadi ambapo ng'ombe imeanguka, mikutano ikawa 25. Kwa nini? Ni challenge ambazo ziko hapo ni nyingi sana. And I know, because we've actually been operating this community docket for all these years. Unajua watu wamekuwa hard na expectations zikawa ziko juu sana. Although this issue of expectation should actually be addressed. And I want you members in this meeting, as we close tomorrow, mwende mkifikiria kama kwenu mmesema Kitui kuna a lot of this stuff. Eventually when you end up with an investor like Base Titanium or another, think about this issue of CDSs, how to control expectations. Because even with billions and billions of money, if you don't control the expectations of people, hakutakuwa na appreciation na hakutakuwa na kitu cha kuonyesha. So the expectations right now are very high. Now, I really sympathize with the CDSC teams, kwa sababu it is not easy to control and manage. What has Base Titanium been doing? Base Titanium has a big team in community development. We've actually exchanged with many other mining companies which are even bigger than Base Titanium. You mentioned of mining number, and when I went there, I thought Base Titanium, kwangu mimi Base Titanium the big one. But even haikuwa katika ile level ya hapa medium. There are big boys huko ambao pesa wanataja kwa tuseme East Africa GDP yake yote na ni kampuni moja. But when it comes to the number of staff ambao wana deal with community, we were like the number one. Because at times we are close to 70-something people working in different areas. Kusaidia. Although, when I talk of 70, ni pamoja na wale casuals. So, up to date, we've built social infrastructures. Kuna mashule. Vizuri, mlipokuja huko benchmark. I took you to Gwiti, huko shule nyingi tumejenga. We have health centers, barabara, vitu vingi sana. In total, on that docket, we've spent $500 million shillings kwa mambo kama haya. Livelihood, hii ni mambo ya kusaidia kilimo. We've spent slightly above 1 billion. Na saa hii, soon wale will actually be getting itinerary in Kinondo. Courtesy of Base Titanium, vile ilianzisha hapa Viasi Cooperative Society, although the funding will actually be coming from the government. Huwa tunapatana na county government kwa mambo ya health programs. We've spent 200 million shillings kwa hiyo docket peke yake. Then education, we have scholarship ambapo 3,000 students as of today wame-benefit. Mtu anatolewa kutoka form 1 mpaka form 4 mwanafunzi, na kama atapita hapo anachukuliwa tena hapo mpaka amalize university. We've spent $500 million shillings for your program. So these four are the main areas on which we spend our money. And we hope, now that we are like relinquishing your kids for CBSEs, they will be carrying on with the same programs at different areas. Especially with this education program, in Kwale, I know one of the questions will be, okay, kama Msambweni imepata na lunga, how about Matuga and Kinango? With education program, it covers the 20 wards za Kwale. And we have education subcommittee about in handle that. Although Msambweni, at least kama wanapata wanafunzi 200 kwa Msambweni wanapewa kiasi kidogo kikubwa kidogo. In Mombasa, we deal with Likoni because that is where we have the jetty. We don't actually handle the rest of the other subcounties. But also in Likoni, we cover all the wards visually. So now it is upon the CBSE to decide, are we going to go this route whereby Matuga and Kinango, we are benefiting in the original PACE Titanium program, or we will actually say ndugu zetu kwenu hakuna kitu, but we belong to one county, that is Kwale County, and you never know what will happen in future, what God has actually hidden huko Kinango. Maybe huko ndiko kutakuja kuprove kuwa na madini mengi zaidi in future. So if you treated me well when you were in a good position and somehow Mungu amebadilisha the position, si nitakutreat vizuri. Na kama unanitreat vibaya, basi unless niwe na moyo mweupe sana, sitakwambia wewe ni ule. Now, ambayo inafanya Karisi Titanium is close to 4,200 acres. And we are just about to finish the area we are licensed. In actual sense, mwezi wa 8 mwaka ujao, that will be the end of it. And without mining, no CDSUs, because it won't actually be funded. And we are busy doing the mining and rehabilitating the area. Because I was born and brought up hapo, initially I thought huwezi kumine na ukarehabilitate the place ikawa karibu na vile ilivyokuwa kabla ya kwanza. But ni vizuri when you take the members wapeleke Muru waone the way the rehabilitation is happening. Most of those people who moved from that area want to come back because of what is happening. They've actually seen you can actually mine, return the place from here to what it was, and it is habitable. So we are busy doing the rehabilitation as we are mining. Finally, and this is where I think Kwale County, national government, community, and other interested parties should actually come in and think about after that day. Kila mtu siku moja atakufa. Pia nayo hii project, they will reach a time to say kulikuwa na madini, kulikuwa na chimbo. So for us to have this mining in 2010 to 2013, we had to put a water reservoir, Mokromozela, which is 8 million cubic meters. Imagine. Bwawa hili litakuwa hapa kwa miaka na unasemekana na vikaka. Itakuwa pale. These are a resource ambao inapaswa benefit watu. Ikwale, I don't think kama kuna mahali penye maji safi kama haya yako pamoja. Kuna mkanda, lakini I doubt kama ina maji mengi kama haya. Haina maji ikiwa ni a reality. But this one is 100% in Kwale. When we will be leaving, tutaacha. We normally call them legacy infrastructure. Na hapo ndipo sasa that issue of ecotourism inaweza kuingia. Nimpeleka ndugu yangu hapo, we have a Kingfisher place, mahali ambapo huwa tunaenda kujivinjari hapo. Very beautiful place. And creation yetu. So staff wa based Italian wanaweza kupeleka familia pale, you do some fishing. Ambapo with good thinking na experienced people inaweza kufanyika vizuri sana. Then the other one is the camp. Before, in the initial stages in the construction time, it was envisioned kila mfanyikazi angekuwa anakaa huko ajenge na hata tukimaliza Dubai. Lakini Ukunda ni tamu. Ukunda ni tamu. Pius nikilipewa nyumba huko sikulala hata single day. Kakimbia. So what you are seeing there, the camp na inakaa watu wachache sana. Initially it was supposed to house close to 600 people. Kama inakaa watu wengi ni 50. And yet it is free huko. Huko tunakuja tunalipa. But you will be achakulika. So again, this is another resource which will actually be left pale, ambapo inaweza kusaidia na kufanya mambo mengi sana. Then we have no road to that place. We constructed a road to bitumen standard. Hiyo ni lami ya 8 kilometers kwenda hapo. Tukaifanya yote. Hiyo barabara sitajwa kwa jua nzima. Then we have the port facility. Pale ambapo tunasafirishia madini yetu, we don't share with another company. Ni yetu. Meli yetu ikisimama, to load, kama hakuna meli, tukae. Na buhari pia. So eventually, kama tutatoka again, that is another facility ambayo tutaweka pale. Then we have 132 kVA line. Kutoka hapa 14 kilometers tuliijenga ndio tuweze kupata power. Kisco is in the process of connecting to our place. Kwa sababu ndio nearest. Kama kuna watu ambao kuna kampuni ambayo inapata free ride ni Kenya Power. We spent close to 1.7 billion kujenga hii power. Lakini immediately pale ukifikisha wakija inspection, it ceases to be US. Sasa wana connect kwenda wapi? Kwa Kisco. So these 5 projects zinaweza kubuild what the end product of that place will be. And based internally, we are in discussion about the post-mining land use. We want to advise the government because after mining, the land reverts to the national government. These are the options, and if you want to do it, this is what you cannot do. It refers to right now. We are leased by the national government right now because it has the minerals. And we'll know when we reach there. But right now we are leased by the national government because we are doing the mining there. So once we are through with that, all these projects or installations will actually be handed over to the government. And it is based on this that we can now discuss about ni vitu gani tunaweza kuviweka vikasaidia in these economic generating activities that after mining, because the mining will actually come to an end at some point. Na nimemalizia. I know you have a lot of questions.